Welcome to Living Chassidus. Together, let's live the Chassidus we learn.
Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Chassidus in the morning. 15 minutes to change our lives. Go to Sichos Parashat Yosef, the next section. Let's go. Okay, this is the next part of the Sicha. So, hey. The Parashat Yosef Misaperes LaTorah Yosef Tzaddik. Another thing we learn in this Parasha is about the famous Yosef, the riveting story with Yosef. Well, who was Yosef? It was He was very beautiful. He would play around with his hair, would fix his hair. Because of this, the wife of his master, meaning Potiphar, she starts to get interested in him. To the extent ultimately he gets into jail for this. Even when he's in jail, whatever he does there, Hashem makes him successful. So we all know Yosef, he gets sold by his brothers, and then he ends up finding himself in Mitzrayim. He gets sold to Potiphar's house. He walks over there, and then his Potiphar's wife starts to get interested in him, and he gets in trouble, and he gets sent to jail. But the whole process, it says in the Apostle, it says everything. Kol asher hu oiseh, Hashem matzeach. Hashem makes it successful. The Yosef story, it's a very interesting, like the story of Yaakov. On one hand, it's very rough. He gets sold from his father's house, and he has to go back into trying up, and he goes into jail, and he plays Potiphar's house, and he has all these issues. But in the same hand, he's very successful. So there's two differences in the story. On one hand, Yosef, that in regards to Yosef, what does it say? That he's very beautiful. And to the wife of Potiphar, there's two opinions. In the end, so there's Potiphar and there's Yosef. Now, what's the raw for us? These two different ideas. Everything in Torah is This is teaching us, it's going to teach us how to learn daily life, as we've said many times, and we'll continue saying it, as the Rebbe is saying it, that everything we learn Torah is for a lesson, is meant to learn out lessons from it for our lives. So it's a lesson of the story of Yosef, and Yosef playing with his hair, and he's successful, and Potiphar's wife, and she coming after him. What's the whole story around? So let's see, Bob. Yosef, it says, when he's born, what does Rachel say? Then Hashem added me another son. So what does Tzemach Tzedek explain on this? What's the real underlying message over here? Is that what does it say? Hashem adds to me another son. So the Tzemach says, don't read it as Ben Acher, meaning another son, but from the Acher to a Ben. Yosef was a shliach, and he was transformed. He was making all tshuvas. Yosef Hakoyach Hadarish Hashem Kach. Yosef was a special person. He had this ability. Yosef is very beautiful. What does it mean very beautiful? It doesn't mean, of course. And this is a very important point when you learn something in Torah. Just because it talks about things that seem similar to our realm of reality, it doesn't mean it is the same. Like when we say Yosef was beautiful, it doesn't mean. Now, of course, in the simple pshat, you can't take out the simple pshat from the pasuk. But we also have to realize there's a deeper thing to this. It's not just look beautiful. Yosef was very beautiful. Yosef played around his hair. So yeah, on a simple shot, yeah, but as we've learned before, and as some teach us that whatever's happening, it must be deft to him. So what's the depth of this idea? Yosef is beautiful. What does it mean is very beautiful? Both in the positive mitzvahs, both in the negative mitzvahs. Staying away from the negative mitzvahs, he was very good, and he was very beautiful in regards to mitzvahs. I explained in many places. What does it mean? The appearance is who mitzvahs ase, the positive mitzvahs. V'shel Mara, and Yosef Mara is very beautiful in his appearance. Whatever, but the point is, we see here in different places that these two descriptions of Yosef is really referring to mitzvah sa'aseh and mitzvah l'taseh. Therefore, haya b'b'shar Yosef lashpia gam al acherim lafoich me'acher leben. Yosef had the ability to transform an acher to a ben. This is the lesson for all of us. Sharei kol echad nidrash la'asek lo im atzum bilvad ki im gam al acherim. That we have to realize that it wasn't for us, that we have to work not just with ourselves but with the other. Allah lizker l'shem hashafa hashpa al acherim. As a cloud, when it comes to being hashpa, being mashpia to others, you have to understand the general principle. Kishet atzmucham v'achar kach kishet acherim. Fix yourself, and other, and after to others. Meaning, a lovely yesh apetaya v'marim. V'azu mesuga lashpia gam achin. We have to be beautiful, and then we can affect to other people. Meaning, we learn from Yosef. The Yosef was beautiful, and really, like it says, he was able to take the ben acher, the acher, and turn him to a ben. The Yosef was able to make more tshuvas, but how? It's because he was beautiful in his Torah mitzvahs. Meaning, and there was a word to learn from this, that in order to be able to mashpia on someone else, we have to be mashpia on ourselves. You can't be mashpia on others without being mashpia on yourself. Meaning trying to work on yourself. Trying to be better in your Torah mitzvahs. You can't come to a person, trying to work on yourself, and then you're going to train and transform them. It doesn't work. It's, we can fake it a little bit, but after a while, the person will realize, hey, you're not really holding them. That's what he's saying. That's what we're learning over here. We're not saying that you have to wait till you're perfect. That's all we're talking about. It doesn't mean that you have to wait till you're perfect. It means that you should, that doesn't mean you have to wait till you're perfect, but it means you have to go straight away for help. But together with that, you have to be working on yourself. Allah but now you have to realize you have to also work on yourself. To be working on ourselves, whatever we're lacking. Our essential issues. Us working on ourselves, not just for ourselves, also for the other person. And that's what we're saying. We're saying on one hand, you have to be working on yourself. And together with that, helping someone else. But it's not going to help working on someone else and trying to makar someone else and try to inspire someone else. The point not trying to inspire ourselves, not trying to work on ourselves and try to take care of what we're lacking. Yeah, important not just for ourselves, but for someone else. Someone has some problem and they're not working on it. The other person has to feel something. And then you can't affect them properly. They suss you out. Something you're not real. You don't believe it. You're not real by this. החיסרון is עצמם, שכי כשאין העסקים מכך גורמים נזק גם אחר. Therefore, we have to work on ourselves, because if we don't, then it affects the other person. יש להשקיע מאמצים גדולים ליועץ יותר ויותר מהר, שכן המדובר לא ביחיד כי אם רבים. Beautiful. So basically what we're saying is that on one hand you have to transform, in the process of trying to transform ben acher, an acher to a ben, meaning try to have an effect on the surrounding, which is an important part of our lives. We talked about this before. To being the giving hashpah, the people around you, whether it's in any way that you can find that you're able to do. First, we have to realize we have to have an hashpah on the surrounding. We have to affect the people around us, whether it's smiling people, it's saying good morning, whether it's saying have a good day, do a mitzvah, let's say pasuk, let's give out Shabbos candles, whatever it is, whatever way you're going to find that you're able to affect the surrounding. Could be being a teacher, and whatever contact you have with people outside of you, and you're trying to make a positive influence. It's important, but it's only going to work is if you're working on yourself as well. Yosef was able, in the lesson that we're learning from Yosef was able to affect the people around him because he was beautiful in his time, because he himself was working on himself. And this is what we're learning from this. And when we're saying, that's why the Rebbe says, stresses so strongly that that you have to do this not just for yourself, which seemingly I have to work on myself. What we're saying is, hey, I have to go, basically we're saying in simple English, I have to go get up, I have to daven, I have to learn, I have to make sure to eat properly, I make sure to get proper sleep, I have to make sure to treat people nicely, I have to make sure to daven and connect myself. Why? Not just so I'm connected, because how am I going to be able to affect all the people that I'm meant to be affecting if I myself am not connected? So therefore, you're living your life not just for yourself, you're living life for the people around you. It's a powerful idea. We're not focusing on ourselves for ourselves, we're focusing on ourselves for the other. That I need to learn to share when I see someone on the streets, when I see my friends, and I need to be inspired, so then when I come see them, I get them inspired. And the way you think about everything is in that terminology. Yeah. Tomorrow we'll try to pound through it and finish off this sikha. Everyone has a great day. Everyone realizes the responsibility they have, and take that seriously in a seriously positive way. Have a great day.